Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. Hope you're doing well. It's that time of the year again. Last year I did a top 10 action figure video for 2022 and it did pretty well, so I wanted to do another one this year, but this time it's all Four Horsemen products. 2023 was a really good year for Four Horsemen Studios, and us collectors were able to get our hands on an amazing variety of figures. On my list, I'm going to include their other lines as well, both Cosmic Legions and Figura Obscura. I will go through each figure briefly and talk about why I like them, but feel free to let me know in the comments what your favorite figure is of 2023. Before we get started, I will do a few honorable mentions. These figures aren't bad by any means, they just did not make my personal cut. However, these figures are really awesome in their own right. First honorable mention is the Tusk Sentry from the first wave of Cosmic Legions, Wal-torr Book 1. It's a great looking sculpt and army builder. Personally, I like the gray color over the colored variant. It really shows the details and reminds me of a test shot. Next honorable mention is the latest release from the Figura Obscura line, the Ghost of Jacob Marley. The reason why this one didn't get added to my top 10 is mostly because I didn't spend too much time with this figure just yet. In my honest opinion, this is a really fun figure. Lots of new parts, and the secret inside the vault was great. I know a lot of customizers are really excited for this one. Last two honorable mentions are the latest Legions Con exclusive figures, Vorgus Vermilius 2 and Wal-torr the Mad 2-pack. Vorgus was really close to making my top 10 because I really do like a lot of the parts, but a few figures in my opinion just made the cut over this one. Had to give an honorable mention to the 2-pack as these figures were made for our good friend and leader of the Cabal, Walter Hagen. Starting off at number 10 is the Atilla and Gore 2-pack from the War of Aetherblade. This set was available as part of the crowdfunding campaign for the Mythic Legions Tactics video game. These two figures are newer versions, aka version 2s, from the original figures released in the very first Kickstarter back in 2015. Having updated versions of these two figures were very much needed. Moving on to number 9 is Scourge from the Cosmic Legions. This figure was a special early release during PowerCon. This figure is our first Cosmic Legions on the list, and I really love the sculpting. We're going to be getting our Mythic Legions version of this figure very soon in Atilla Gore, but this dragon sculpt is one of my favorite sculpts of the year. Number 8 is the Deluxe Orc Builder. This is another figure released with the War of Aetherblade wave. This figure comes with a ton of accessories. One of the figures I highly recommend if you're looking to start to build your very own orc army. Number 7 is Duban. This figure was released in the All-Stars 5 wave. This is part of Zylona's flock. This ranger comes with a ton of great stuff. The soft goods really stick out to me, and he comes with a ton of accessories. It still blows me away that Four Horsemen still manages to keep these figures at such a cheap cost. I believe this figure was only $37 during the pre-order. Moving on to number 6 on the list is another Cosmic Legion, but this time it's from the Wal-torr Book 2 Grave Knight. We're now looking at a Seedan. This Greyborn alien is really the reason why I even decided to jump into the Cosmic Legion line. One of my favorite figures on this list. If you're looking for a typical gray alien, this is your guy. We're now at the halfway point, and if you made it this far, do me a huge favor and drop a like on this video if you haven't. At 5th place on our list is the Mask of the Red Death. This was the second Figura Obscura release of 2023 and a very unexpected drop. We not only received the new zombie body, but we also received parts for a playset. I think it's really cool that the Four Horsemen are starting to include these with their figures. Number 4 is another Cosmic Legion, Novian Lean. This was another figure released in the Grave Knight wave. I'm a huge fan of this race, another figure that really drew me and sold me on this line. I love the armor, I love the head sculpt, and the new parts that we just received with this figure. I feel like there's a lot of good opportunity for swaps here. For my number 3 pick of 2023, I am going with the Valiant Knights. This figure was a surprise drop at Legions Con 2023 for all those who were lucky to attend. This figure is a lot of people's top figure of the year for good reason. This figure is probably the best articulation out of any Mythic Legion out there ever, and personally it is still one of my favorites to play with. For my second favorite Mythic Legion of 2023, we are going with the Zerian Guard. This figure was released with the All-Stars 5 wave, and I think this is peak Mythic Legion Knight. I love the head sculpt, I love the green tabard, especially that shield. This figure is a whole Knight's package in my opinion, and this is why I decided to choose this for my number 2 pick. And for my favorite Mythic Legion of 2023 and my number 1 pick, I am going with Sun Wukong the Monkey King. This was the first Figura Obscura released in 2023. I was completely blown away with this release. New sculpt, new body, all brand new parts. This is my favorite head sculpt out of all Legions released. But that's going to wrap it up for my top 10 Mythic Legions of 2023. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite figure of 2023 is, because I love seeing what you guys collect. But that's going to be it for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Leave a like, thumbs up, and subscribe if you want to see more. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.